If you are working on the go, I'm about to share with you a few applications that I'm certain you'd find absolutely useful. Hi there, I hope you are doing well. I am fine, and I have just finished an assignment that was not due, no, is actually due tomorrow. With that, I thought to share with you a few applications that I have been using since I started my master's program. Now, this assignment, the reason why I have been prompted to do this is I realized that this time I have faithfully used these applications and I have managed to submit an assignment before the deadline. I'd want to say way before the deadline. Way before, in my case, would be 5 days, but that's not the case. 1 day it is, but it's good. 1 day is it's good to submit an assignment way before. Perfect. You know, I thought I'd do a vlog because it's my day off. I thought I'm going to do a vlog and we'll hang out and I'll show you more or less what I do on my days off, which includes grinding coffee beans, putting them up, preparing for the week ahead. And did I do that? No, I didn't do that. So it wasn't really a good idea to vlog. But I'm excited about the idea of vlogging as a way of hanging out and just sharing things that I do on days off that are related to nursing and education, because I'm currently combining the two, and I'm excited about it and I'm enjoying it so much. There are things in between that I think would be useful for nurses and midwives, as well for anybody who is preparing to get into that space or is in that space. I think it's valuable. So this is one of those things. These are some of those things, the applications that I use to do the assignments, mostly written assignments, and ensure that I'm up to date when it comes to school-related deadlines. So what I usually do is put out my work in terms of phases, and there is like the planning phase, there is the execution phase, and then there is the submission phase. And for each of these, there are applications that I use, and these applications, I think I have played around with them for the past few years, and eventually I have found the ones that really sync with my way of working. If you have any applications that you think would be useful, please share them in the comment section, and I'm sure somebody else would like to try them. I would like to try them. Probably I haven't tried them before. So the first phase is the planning phase. As a visual learner, I like to put everything on paper and pour it out and put it out of my system into a surface from which I can execute them. So I like to carry with me a notepad or write into an application that is notes. I really do like writing in it. Somehow feels as though I understand concepts better when I write it down. I'm not sure if it's just me being late in the technological world, but that's just how I am. Now, when I don't have the phone with me, which happens most of the time, I have a small notebook that I carry with me almost everywhere. See how sleek it is? It can easily slip into almost any bag I have. And so this is where I put in ideas in terms of research ideas, any concepts that come to me during the day, wherever, I write them into this and go ahead and develop them later. So that is just the planning phase. When it comes to the second phase, so we've looked at one application, which is the notes application for that. You can use any other application you'd like, but I think this is what I'm most faithful to, because it's a manual way. I can always scribble in and out, and I have the advantage of this not running out of charge. But I also have the disadvantage of probably losing it. But thank God I have never lost it, and I hope I never will. Next is the execution phase. Execution is basically putting all those ideas into an actionable to-do list of a kind, and structuring it into the concepts or the ideas of the assignment that I'm being asked to do from school. So for this, I usually use the Planner Pro. Not Planner Pro, let's start with Microsoft 365. Microsoft 365 comes with so many applications, and one of them is Microsoft Word. I think it's the most commonly used application, and just breaking it down and writing it into that. I also use Adobe applications for this, and this is where I open most of the PDF documents that we go through to read research papers and so on. So the two applications I'd recommend for the execution phase is Microsoft 365 and Adobe. Oh, the third one that is within Microsoft 365 is Teams. Now, with Teams, you can set up meetings and so on, and within Teams you can always choose which group you'd want to meet with. So considering I'd like to meet with my lecturer, then there is a group for that, and we could label it whatever we want to label it depending on what we're tackling. If it's meeting up with other students, we'll label it whichever way, but still I can always access it, and it's one application that opens up whenever I have access to, whenever I open the laptop and log into it, I can see all these groups and their reminders and so on. As well with Microsoft 365, before I forget, is you can have Word in your laptop, iPads, phones, whichever device that has access to Word, and you can work as you go wherever you are. I have realized that's so important for people who are doing both studying and working from a distance or on the go. It's important to be able to work through different devices, and the fact that this changes sync through all the devices is a big advantage and has been absolutely useful for me. There is Planner Pro, which is an application that I use for planning. You might want to use Google Planner, no, the Google Calendar for this, but I use Planner Pro as both a calendar and a planning application. The Google Calendar as well allows you to do what Planner Pro does, and that is scheduling in whatever creating an agenda and scheduling in whatever tasks that you'd like to schedule in. The biggest advantage I have with Planner Pro is that I can use it on any device, and what else is that it's free. Google Calendar as well is free, but I like Planner Pro. The other thing about Planner Pro is that there is the concept of color coding, which is so exciting for a visual learner like myself, because I can always set colors based on priority. And I use the simplest way of doing it, which is the traffic light, which is red is a high priority for me. Yellow is medium priority, and green is, as the color green is, relaxed and always easy, I think. Well, how would I describe that? Easy. So those are the basic colors that I use, and those are the colors I use specifically for schoolwork. Now, when it comes to work-related matters, like my work schedule, for example, I'll put it in light blue. I somehow relate the color blue to nursing. I think because of the scrubs and the hospital environment. It's always a calming color like blue, light blue, sky blue. That's the color that I use for work-related matters, and personal matters I use the color purple. So that's what I like about Planner Pro. It's so relaxed. You can personalize it in any way that you'd like. Now let us go to the submission phase. In terms of assignments, is basically editing and making sure that everything is up to the standard that I'd like it to be in. One application that I absolutely trust when it comes to editing is Grammarly. It allows me to check for plagiarism, which is a big advantage, because this is a major way in which sometimes we fail assignments due to plagiarism, and it just is like a third eye. It's like a second person's opinion. It's the same way you'd want to give the assignment to somebody else to look at and tell you, oh, this is what I think, or is it what you want to execute? With Grammarly, you can always key in what you want to, how you'd want to present your work, and then it will tell you if that is what you have achieved or not. It also gives you ideas on how to achieve what you want to achieve in terms of the tone you want to present. It can be official, it can be relaxed, it can be friendly, and so on. And finally, the second application that I use under the submission phase is Turnitin. Now, Turnitin is provided to us in the university and it's free. I'm sure that there is a way that one can pay for it, but the good thing with Turnitin as well is that it allows you to check for plagiarism. I haven't tried to use it for editing, checking for grammatical errors and so on, but I believe that it has that option. I've had people say that. But for sure, it points out any slight, any relationship, like a small relationship, not a small relationship, but any kind of relationship that your work can have in connection with another piece of work in terms of your writing. And in that sense, it wouldn't really point out and say that this is plagiarism if there is no plagiarism, but if there is a close semblance in terms of the presentation, then it would link it to that. And if you'd want to change it, that gives you an opportunity to change it. Therefore, you give an original piece, and always at some point, I think by just looking at Turnitin continuously, you perfect presenting work with a certain level of originality, with a high level of originality. So that's that. So those are the applications that I use. If you have tried these applications, please let me know how useful they have been, and if you have any other applications that you'd like to suggest, I'll be willing to try them. Please leave that in the comments section. If you have found this video useful for you, please go ahead and subscribe to this YouTube channel and click the notification bell. That way you'd be notified whenever we share YouTube videos and other resources related to elevating nursing and midwifery. With that, I wish you a lovely day, evening, or night, wherever you are watching this from. And until next time, elevate nursing. Take care. Bye.